Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I wanted to talk about a new action figure line that I started, and that new action figure line is the G.I. Joe Classified series from Hasbro. So let's talk about it. Alright, so I'm not I still don't really know how this happened. It all kind of happened very quickly, very rapidly. So without really jumping ahead or getting ahead of myself or spoiling what I have, within the span of a few weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks, since the last time I posted a video, I think I have about at least, let me check. I think I have at least 12 to 14 Joes in the collection. I had none at the beginning of the year. Now I have 14, and I still have some on their way. So how did this happen? How did this happen where I went from 0 to 14 Joes in a few weeks? I think it started when I went to Target, as I do, doing one of my toy hunts, but because I am caught up on a lot of my action figure lines, we're still early in the year, we're just waiting for things to drop. They're throwing up pre-orders for stuff that's going to be slowly filtered and dropped throughout the year, but right now the early part of the year for toy collectors is a lot of waiting. It's just a lot of prep, and I thought I'd use this time to be financially responsible, save up for action figures, preferably for actual life stuff, but realistically I thought I'd at least put this to some of the pre-orders and have that little pot of money ready for when Hasbro starts throwing fucking figures at us. I have some backup money saved to handle some pre-orders or imports that may come my way, but that is not what happened. What happened was I was at Target having a bad fucking day, wanting to buy a figure. None of my lines that I currently collect had anything for me. So I started doing laps in the toy aisle. I started investigating pegs that I don't normally check, and there it was. I checked the G.I. Joe section, and to my surprise, it was stacked. There was a lot of stuff there. There was a lot of Target exclusives. They had Rakondo sitting there on the peg, looking pretty fucking cool. I don't know a lot about G.I. Joe back lore at the time or the history of these characters. I just thought he looked cool. He was a soldier, little fucking hat. I just thought he would be one of those, like, a merc or a soldier that I could put on different displays or have in different photo setups. I could use him as someone that the Predator is hunting, or just a random army builder that I could have for different things for. So I thought, I was like, you know what? I'm having a bad day. I want to buy a figure. Why not? It'll be one and done, and I'll scratch that figure itch, and then I'll be good. Take him home, open up the package. I had so much fucking fun with him. From there, I just went down a rabbit hole, and I watched a lot of stuff. I started watching a lot of people talk about the G.I. Joe Classified series, how great of a line it is, all the fun stuff, all the fun characters who I was unfamiliar with. So I started watching some of the history of G.I. Joe. I started watching the Toys That Made Us on Netflix. I started watching Secret Galaxy videos from both the series and the movie. I started watching some of the episodes, like the full episodes, streaming on YouTube, because I think Hasbro, it's either Hasbro or the official G.I. Joe channel on YouTube is just streaming the classic episodes like non-stop. So I just started watching those, or had them playing in the background while I'm doing stuff, and really familiarized myself with some of the characters. And then from there, it made a huge quantum jump and quantum leap to me looking up what figures have already been released, and then checking eBay listings, seeing what's on eBay, what's on Amazon, what's on Big Bad. And when I did that, I realized that because this line is still fairly young, it wouldn't be too expensive to jump in now. So I did. And I bought a bunch of stuff online. at pretty good prices, I feel like. I got pretty lucky on some eBay listings. Some stuff on Amazon was still hovering around retail or slightly on either above or below, but still within that kind of sweet retail spot. I found some clearance prices, clearance figures or clearance prices for some of the figures. So I just went on an absolute tear. Actually, let's do that. Let me show you guys what I got online. So here we go.
The first thing I got online was Outback, and this is the Tiger Force version. He's a Target exclusive, but I really dug this look just for the gray hair and beard, to add some personality and different looks on the Joe shelf. Next up is the Heavy Artillery Roadblock. I really dug this one just because of the classic look, and this was an Amazon exclusive. Also from Amazon, I got Iron Knife. It's still really remarkable to me how much accessories and weapons each character has. I got Storm Shadow, thus far one of my favorite characters or figures from this line so far. Just really fun to play around with and just kind of have in hand. Next up is Scarlet. This is the Snake Eyes movie version. I got her for super cheap. I had her once before, sold her, got her back in the display. Next, I got these from Walmart.com. I got Destro on the classic card, which I really dug. I wish more of these figures came like this with the classic looks, classic card, and they even have an action figure stand, which I really liked because they're not essential because these figures stand very well, but just because of the stand looks really cool. But yeah, these two look great out of package. Here they are sitting on the shelf. So the next few things I got on eBay. First one is Firefly, Target exclusive. Had to pay double the retail price for him, but he came out a while ago. Very badass. Just happy to have him in the collection. Next few things I got as part of a lot. There's 4 figures. It was these two and the Red Ninja. Very happy to have them after tax and shipping and all that stuff. It was around retail for each figure, which is a really good price. And the army building begins. And part of that same lot, I got Cobra Commander. There's a lot of versions of this guy out there. Can't have a Joe collection without Cobra Commander, and I got the cheapest one.
So yeah, I found those online, got those for pretty great prices. I feel like, so really build out my display. And then from there, I started doing my usual toy hunts, and I started to realize that while I was doing my toy hunts, G.I. Joes became like the main thing that I was hunting for, whereas like I would go to a store hoping to see a G.I. Joe. And it wasn't just because like I'm caught up on my lines. Some DC Multiverse McFarlane stuff started popping up, but I'm just having so much fun with Joes right now. Marvel Legends is putting stuff out. Some of their pre-orders are out. They have some clearance figures hitting targets. And they're cool, but the thing, because it is a new line for me, I'm just all in on G.I. Joes right now. So I'd be doing my Target hunts, and I'd be seeing, very luckily, I've been seeing things, characters that I'd want to fill out my G.I. Joe collection. So I found Duke in his Tiger Force outfit with the Ram Cycle. I found Snake Eyes and Timber. I found a Target exclusive Bazooka, which is another character that looks really fucking cool. So between all the online shopping and the luck that I've had at retail, very suddenly I am a G.I. Joe collector now. So it all happened very rapidly and very quickly. I think the main thing that really pushed me back into G.I. Joe is just how fun these character designs are, how all the accessories you can slap onto the G.I. Joe, how they all just, you can put them on the figure and you don't have to worry about like little Ziploc bags of just throwing them into a bin. Everything's accessible and easy to play. You can grab a figure off the shelf, pose and play with him for a little bit, put him back on without having to be like, I need to switch out hands, I need to find his accessories, I need to go through my bin and find which accessories are where. For the G.I. Joes, everything is just on the figure. Put them on the shelf, pose them, want to play with them, pose them for a little bit, take them off the shelf, take some pictures, move around, swap out the pose, swap out the accessories, have them holding a different gun or a different weapon, put them back on the shelf. And I think that is the main thing that has made this collection, this collection and this display and this line of figures very fun for me. So yeah, so like I said, I've just been watching a lot of G.I. Joe, which I'm sure helps because that is wanting me to get more and more figures that I don't already have. But I am going to have to slow down because, like I said, I went very hard on this line very quickly, and I have more figures for other lines that I collect coming out soon. So I gotta be smart about it. But yeah, the one thing though that I am very terrified about this line is the army builder aspect. There's a lot of troops, a lot of different troops in a lot of different colors, and like you guys see in my previous videos, I love army builders, so I think that is gonna be a problem. So I don't have a lot of army builders yet for my Joes. I have Cobra infantry soldier and a Cobra officer and one red ninja. Which I think I'm gonna have the red ninja with my hand soldiers from Marvel Legends. Just have him lead that team or that group of ninjas. Probably gonna get more Cobra soldiers or Cobra infantry soldiers. That's one figure that I saw price kind of went up. I think it's like double retail, which still isn't too bad. But if you're army building, that does add up. But yeah. A lot of army building for this line, and I'll be sure to talk about it on this channel because this is going to be one of my new main lines that I am collecting, so I'll be very excited to share and talk about it with you guys. But that is a problem for future me. That's a topic for a future video. But what about you guys? Like a lot of people already talking and collecting the classified series or classified line. If anything, I have been sleeping on it. Are you guys currently collecting G.I. Joe classified series? If you are, let me know. Let me know if there's a figure that I should get right now before prices start skyrocketing. Do you have a favorite army builder that I should kind of prioritize next? Let me know in the comments. And until the next video, catch you guys in the toy aisle. Later.